Right, I'll walk up towards him and... Hello, friend.
Turns
How's your
around,
day?
turns around and is a little bit startled to see you, even to hear somebody speak to him. And he says, "Well, hello. How was your day? Passing through, I assume. Heading up to
Indeed.
Nesme. Ah, very good. Be careful out there. There's giants."
Well, really, you've had... It looks like there's been a few walk through here.
Ah, yes. That's why we're here. We were dispatched to help this village. We're offering them protection.
Oh, so you're not
Protect
from
from
here.
what?
Where'd you come from?
We came from Yartar.
That's where we just came from.
Ah, good. Well, then you understand the dire threats.
Yes, indeed. We just came up from Tribor, actually, where we ran into a few giants.
Ah, what kind were those?
I think the fire giant
Yeah,
types.
that's what was harassing this village about 3 weeks ago. About 4 of them came in, tore up the town, so we're here to protect them. I haven't seen them since.
Did they come from the north?
Ah, they came from the east, actually.
Through the Evermores?
Yes. I know, strange, right?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
No. Well, they terrorized this village. The village was almost devastated, so since we've been here, we've had no issues. We've done a good job protecting them.
Yeah, it seems like it. You've done a really good job.
Yeah, I agree. We're out looking for giants now. We have a group out looking. I recommend sticking to the road.
Which direction did your guys go out?
Our guys headed out to the north, up into the hills a little bit.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Have you seen any boats come through this way?
Boats? Who would take a boat up this river? There's nothing up here.
Some crazies from Yartar. Have you heard of the, what's the name of the boat?
Golden Goose?
No, that's the,
Coin. That's my fault.
Oh,
Grand Dane.
Grand Dame, yeah.
He kind of looks over to you and he says, "I've heard of it. It's based out of Yartar. It never comes up here."
Yeah, I know, it's strange. They said that, it left from Yartar going north. That's why I was wondering if you saw it, pass by here.
Well, nightly it goes north, heads up the Desert Valley a little bit, up the Desert River, and then turns around and comes back. But it never would come up this far.
Well, they said that it hasn't been in Yartar for a week.
Sounds like faulty information. Are you sure that your your sources are correct?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so. They've never would come up this way. It's too dangerous. Well, I'd offer an in, but unfortunately, the Troll in Flames is no longer an inn. We had to take it over to, coordinate our reconnaissance and defense of the city, or the village, as you can be assured, right?
Yeah, no worries. I think we'll head out anyway. We just stopped by to see how things were going, get a lay of, what's going on up this way. Is there perhaps just a place to, get a drink while we, finish making up our plans?
No, no place here in Morbryn Shield. I recommend probably just pushing ahead to Nesme. We got things under control here, and it's probably best just to kind of keep it to us.
Do I get a sense that, he's trying to hide something?
Yeah, why don't you give me an insight check, and let's see what you got there. Yeah, so you do get the feeling that the discussion may not be truly forthcoming, that he may not be telling you everything, or maybe playing things up a little bit.
Okay. Well, thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
And if it's not going to be too much of a bother, we'll just kind of get our bearings before we head out.
Okay, sure. That's fine.
All right, I'll go back to Stig and Melton and the rest of the party.
All right, gotcha. What were the rest of the party doing at that time?
I'm inspecting that crushed well.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Looking for anything? Oh, I see. You put that in there. I'm sorry.
Is there any wood or anything associated with that well?
So there was some. They had a wood that came up and actually made sort of the frame, so that way they could have a bucket that would go down to the well itself at the bottom.
Is it burned?
So it's not burned. There's no sign of any burning on it at all, actually.
I'm looking to see what maybe caused the issue with the well.
Yeah, so you look at it, definitely is a giant's footprint. There's no doubt about that. And matter of fact, looking at it, you see that there was 4 giants that appeared to come through. Now, as you examine this, you see that really it looks like they, almost as if they just walked through the village. You don't see any buildings that were destroyed. You don't see any repaired new buildings at all. It literally looks like they probably just walked through the village.
Was it like any areas were dug up or anything around the town?
Yeah, that's a great question. So no, not anything like you had seen when you were in Tribor or when you guys had dug up into the village. You don't see anything like that at all.
Hey, William, do you mind trying that adamantium staff?
Oh, yeah. Rod.
William picks up this adamantium staff and does his divining with it.
All right, sounds good. So, like a little metal detector. So he only is able to recognize the adamantine ring that is in your guys' hidden cart, and also Barry's amulet.
Seems like they're just passing through.
Maybe they were.
You see the gentleman on the horse. As you guys are kind of talking and looking at things, you do see that he's, it looks like he's patrolling, but you see he stops at a large inn, which has a picture of a troll who's on fire, and he gets off the horse and kind of walks inside.
So, does it seem strange to you all that the Zentarum are up here this far? In this place, which doesn't seem like it's much of anything?
Yeah, it does seem weird.
And they said that they've taken over, there's so many of them that they've taken over the inn here.
The flaming troll?
Yeah.
Great name, by the way. I wish I came up with it, but I didn't.
Kind of like the Etten that was in the, what you call it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oinker Boinker.
Oinker Boinker. That one I did come up with, but...
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Oh, no, you mean in Golden Fields. No, I didn't come up with that one.
No, the one that was in the what was that? The Groghog.
No, I didn't come up with that one either. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the inn in our last campaign over in Neverwinter.
No, I was talking about the Etten and
Oinker
that
Boinker.
Grog,
Yeah, I didn't come up
Oinker
with that.
Boinker.
That's all Chris Perkins. That's not me.
Yeah,
So, do we want to investigate this more or move on? I don't know if we want to get in a fight with the Zentarum right now.
I don't want to get into a fight with them. It just seems strange. It feels like they're hiding something here.
Yeah, it does. Maybe we could send Melton in there disguised.
yeah, I could go in there disguised. What do you want me to go as?
Are there any other Zentarum coming in and out? Are they
So-
all human?
Yeah, they're all human. You do see that, and now that you've kind of been in town to kind of get the lay of the land, you do see that there is probably 4 Zentarum outside the town as well, kind of walking about. They are also armored. You recognize them just because of that, and plus, some of them do have their little dragon or their little flying snake thing on their shoulder. But they are milling about, and you see that they're really just kind of talking to each other, not really talking with the people at all. But yeah, you count 4 on the outside, 1 who went into the building itself, and they're all human.
Relenial will change into one of those. She's seen them, right? And I got avian for that staff. Could I change into one of those flying
Yeah,
snake things?
sure.
I'll change into one of those and go on Melton's shoulder.
Okay, sounds good.
And I kind of dress up like I guess a halfling.
All right, sounds good.
Or just a regular gnome. I'll just do gnome. I'll
You're
do
gonna do
do a regular gnome.
Okay.
And I'll wear the Zentarum garb.
Okay, gotcha. Obviously, you don't have armor that you can put on, but you do have some garb that you can put on that you've seen that the Zentarum have used.
I'll use my hat.
Okay, that's good. All right. Oh, I forgot about your hat. You're right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so you get dressed up. I completely forgot about the hat. So yeah, you do. You're kind of dressed up in kind of shiny armor like they are. You've got the little snake on your shoulder, a flying snake, and let's see. Yeah, you look pretty darn good.
So I go walking in there.
Okay. So as you walk in, you see that there are. Let's see, we had 5. So there's 7, 8 other Zentarum that are in there. You see that this was the inn. However, there's now a long table, and it really looks more like an office. You do see one gentleman who's sitting behind a table, and he appears probably to be the leader of the group themselves. And he's writing in a book. You see there's a large black book, and it's kind of in black leather, and it's on there, and he's kind of writing. And you see that there's what looks like 6 villagers in there, and they've kind of got their heads down and kind of looking at the floor, and not really, they're all in the line in front of them. And as the door opens, you hear them kind of yell out, "Who's there?"
I come walking up.
"Who are you?"
My name is Not Important.
"Not important. You're part of the Zentarum. Of course it's important."
That's my name, Not Important.
So Relenia sees that the guards are there. Doesn't see anything else in particular out of place. There is a some. It looks like a hallway with some rooms in the back, but don't see anything else other than I described. What's your business here? You're not part of my detail.
I was sent from Waterdeep.
Waterdeep?
Yes, the Grand Poobah sent me.
Grand Poobah? I'll need a deception roll. Probably at disadvantage, but I'll give him advantage, so. Well, that's pretty good. Stands up. He's like, "What? There's no study by that name. Who are you?"
I told you my name is Not Important.
"All right, fine, that's your name, but that's not who runs Waterdeep. The guards?"
Did I ever say he ran Waterdeep?
"That's what you implied. Say what you mean." He's like, "Why is your pet hissing at you?"
I'll hiss at the
Oh, at the guard?
talking to.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. He's like, "Mate, you know better than to hiss at me. I'm the leader."
I am here to find out how things are going here.
"Well, why are you messing around? Just get down to business. I got things to do here. The mission's going fine. We haven't found it yet, okay? Report that
Yeah.
back."
You haven't found it yet.
"No.
Well, have you looked everywhere?
Listen, we've looked to the west. We haven't gone into the Evermoors. It's not there. The tomb is someplace. It's just not here. We haven't found it. We're looking north now."
Why haven't you gone to the Evermoors?
"It's not in the Evermoors. All the lore says it's in the hills."
Well, maybe the lore's wrong.
"We'll rule out the rest first, and then we'll go into the Evermoors. Have you looked out there? It's a freaking swamp." "I'm not going in the swamp. No way."
You will if I command you to.
He looks to the rest of the guards. He's like, "Get the villagers out of here." And he's like, "If I hear any of you say anything, you know what'll happen to you." And they quickly kind of walk them out. Wow. So Melton, he looks to you and he says, "Really? I don't think so." Pulls out his sword, comes walking over to you. He says, "You want to go hand to hand? Let's do it. But you're not going to do that to me. I suggest you go back."
Well, you know the bylaws. If I kill you, I will be in charge of this detail, and I don't want to stay here. This is a poop hole.
"If you want, I can find arrangements for you to stay at the graveyard." Get out of here.
You can.
Yeah.
Well, where's the graveyard at?
It's in the moors. They don't bury their dead here. They just throw them in the water. I'm happy to do that for you.
Well, I think I'm going to go out into the moors and find a tomb. And then your superiors won't be happy.
So be it.
I'll tell them so. I'll tell them how incompetent you are.
I understand. Nothing important. I got you. He goes back. He writes it down. Writes something in his book. He's like, don't ever come back here.
It's not nothing. It's nothing.
Nothing. Whatever.
Get it right. Make sure you spell. You can't even spell my name.
Get out of here. Guards, push him out. You see the guards start to come over to you.
You touch me and you die.
They're like, you step out of this room or you're going to die.
Well, I'm leaving is because I want to leave.
They point to the door and they're like, go.
So I go out.
Alrighty, gotcha. They slam the door behind you. The rest of the group sees the door slam, and you see Melton come out all proud.
I change back in. Well, I wait till I'm around for where they don't see me from that side, and I change back into Melton.
Okay, gotcha. So I assume you kind of go around the inn to the back side of the inn.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
All right, and go ahead and change back.
I go. So
Money will change back too.
Okay, sounds good.
I go back and tell the party, I'm like, they're looking for a tomb.
A tomb?
Yeah, they're looking for something in a tomb.
Did you hear anything about a tomb in your studies, Barry, on that book?
Nope.
Not that I remember.
Well, he was writing stuff down in a book. I might be able to sneak in there and steal his book.
Well, if you could get it, that would be great. I mean, do we want to see if we can find out what's in this tomb?
Well, I figure that the book might help us.
Sure.
Sounds interesting. What did he tell you about the book, where it's located and stuff?
Well, he didn't tell me anything about a book. He was just writing stuff down in a book. But he said that, the tomb. Well, Orlania could tell you. Orlania was there. he hasn't searched the Evermores. They're searching north. They didn't find anything to the west.
I wonder if we went southeast to like the Flint Rock area. Well, they said hills, huh? But the Flint Rock area has hills, doesn't it?
I bet it's in the moors. I bet it's there.
Yeah, they probably said it's in the hills to throw off tomb raiders.
But I can get the book, maybe.
Huh. Maybe we could talk to one of the locals, see if they know anything.
That's a great idea. I'll put it back on my hat and act like a Zentarum again.
Okay.
Are you going to intimidate them?
I'm just going to, sort of, kind of. And I find, I go and ask one of the locals, like, where's the leader of the village?
And the local is kind of working, and as you get close, you see she kind of winces, and she goes, don't hit me, please.
Oh. They hit you, child?
No, but I'm always scared because they're kind of scary looking. I mean, don't you think? I mean, they're big and they're scary.
Well, where's your mayor or village idiot or whatever?
We don't have a village idiot, and we don't really have a mayor.
Well, you got to have some leader in this town other than these guys.
Everybody has a fair vote. We all vote together.
Well, who is the wisest and the oldest among you?
Well, my dad, probably.
Then I want to speak to him.
Okay, that's fine. She says, don't you know where he's at? You guys know everything.
Take me to him.
So she She kind of walks with you and kind of guides you along towards over towards where the ramparts are to the north, and you see there's a gentleman that's working there. Looks quite familiar. They have the same kind of facial similarities and whatnot, and he's kind of digging and adding dirt to this large rampart, and he sees you coming, and he says, "Girl, what'd you do this time? Tabitha, I told you not to get messing around. Like, I'm so sorry, sir. I know that whatever she did is not good."
Nah, I've come to ask you a question.
Sure. Anything for you guys, whatever you need.
We're looking for a tomb.
A tomb? What
Yes,
do you mean?
a tomb.
A tomb?
There's a tomb that's supposed to be nearby here, and we're looking for it. Where is it?
Are you talking about the lost tomb of Mornbryn?
Where is it at?
I have no idea. It's all supposed to be a rumor. I don't even think it exists.
Well, where do they say it was at?
It's said in the hills, somewhere.
Which hills?
To the north. I mean, there's a ranger that was here like centuries ago. I mean, the village is named after him, but it's a legend. I mean, a treasure-filled tomb. Don't you think somebody would have found it by now? I don't know. It's to the north. I have no idea. I thought you guys were here protecting us from the giants.
Now I said, the giants are going to bother you. They were just passing through.
Well, we figured that out. It's been 3 weeks. They haven't come back, but why are you still here then?
Because we're looking for the tomb.
That's the whole reason why you're here? You're not guarding the village?
We're looking for the tomb. That's why we're here.
Oh. I don't know where the tomb is. I can talk to the rest of the folks. Maybe somebody else knows. But please don't hurt Tabitha.
Well, do it quietly, and you come back and tell me if anybody knows about this tomb. As soon as we find the tomb, we'll be gone.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll ask around, but I'm going to tell you, nobody knows the tomb. We would have gone to the tomb if we knew where it was.
Well, at least some idea.
Okay. All right. He quickly grabs Tabitha and kind of puts her under her arm. He's like, I told you not to talk with them.
Yeah, I don't think that worked out so well. I think we gotta go sneak back in there and see if I can steal his book. There might be some clues there.
You can try and do that. I'm going to talk to this local guy again.
Janice?
Yeah, Stig's going to talk to him.
Okay. So you hear him kind of talking to Tabitha, and he's kind of scolding her for, she's supposed to stay away, and if she sees him to come, to kind of run away and things like that.
So, have you seen any lizard folk around?
Ah! What the heck are you?
I'm a lizard folk.
Oh my god, they talk!
True people.
What?
You haven't seen? Yeah.
You got scales. What are you?
I'm lizard folk. You don't have these in the Evermores?
He just kind of stares at you, like, dumbfounded. It's like, why are you wearing a crown? Are you a king?
It.
You're a king?
No. I just... I'm a priest, and I thought it looked priestly.
You notice he takes Tabitha, and Tabitha's now behind him. He's kind of, like, pushed her behind her, and he's, like, in between you and him, and or her and you, and he's like, I don't... Do you want something? I mean, do you want us to... You want, like, I have a cow. You can have my cow.
No, I don't want anything. I just had a few questions. What's in this tomb? What's rumored to be in this tomb?
Who are you? What tomb? Why does everybody want to know about the tomb?
Morbryn's tomb. What's rumored to be? Is it like a magical bow or?
I don't know.
Like a
treasure
wand?
Money, I think. I don't know. Like,
well, what do the fables say about him?
Do you work with Zentarum?
No,
I've never seen you before.
I'm Lord's Alliance. I'm undercover to see what they're doing here.
That's not a very good cover. Everybody knows that you don't fit in.
That's why it's undercover, because everybody knows I don't fit in. They wouldn't suspect it.
It's a double negative. I got you. Okay. So I don't know much about the tomb. I mean, it's somewhere. Why is we haven't talked about the tomb in years, decades.
Well, what were the stories about him? Did he use like a magical weapon or a shield, a magical shield?
Yeah, there was a shield, and he had some treasure, and he was famous around here. He kind of would raid, kind of old castles and ruins and stuff, and would bring us stuff back here. And but yeah, I mean, people have looked for years. I mean, there's tons of treasure hunters that come out here. Nobody ever finds anything.
All right. Well, have a good day. See you later.
Yeah, you too. You hear him yell back. He's like, Tabitha, run to your house and lock the door right away. There's really weird things going on. You see her kind of run off.
Well, it doesn't sound like the Zentarum are really here to protect these people, which isn't surprising.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound, I mean, if there was like a leader that we could speak to, it might be different. But, we can't really like run them off. They haven't really done anything. But
Could get to the tunes before him.
yeah, but what leads do we have other than it's north or in the mountains?
Yeah, maybe Milton can steal the book, and at least we know where they've already searched.
Right. So we'll go ahead and try that. Maybe Relenia can help.
Yeah.
Okay, Melton, what would you like to do? How would you like to do that?
Well, I'm going to see. I mean, they're using the inn, so I'm assuming that there is some place that I can access relatively easy, a window or something like that, and, kind of sneak in there and do my little mage hand thing and try to steal his book.
Do we need a distraction?
Distraction probably would be help.
Do you want to use a forgery kit to make a new book?
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Relenia will change into a giant ant, and she'll, me and Stig and her will start rebuilding the well.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Maybe that'll bring some people out, like a giant ant.
I'm sure it will.
Going into a well to help rebuild it.
I'm sure it'll do something. Definitely will be a distraction, that's for sure. All right, sounds good. So, Melton, you're going to find a window, which there's all kinds of windows, so no issues doing that. And then, Stig, you and Relenia are going to dig a well and rebuild the well. William, do you guys want William doing anything?
William's going to help dig a well. He's going to dive right in there, get all muddy, and start digging.
Fair enough. All right, sounds good. And then, Barry, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to supervise.
Oh, of course. So Barry will be the supervisor of the construction. All right, sounds good.
If anybody comes up, to watch, I'll just, start preaching the joys of the Lady of Luck.
That sounds great. I like it. All right, so you guys are going to be working on that. Melton, I think you have a couple roles for me.
I do. What do you want me to give you?
Disguise kit roll. If you are gonna do the book.
Oh, disguise kit or forgery kit?
I'm forgery kit. I'm sorry.
There's the forgery.
Okay.
There's my stealth.
It's a book. It's not great, but it's a book.
There's my sleight of hand.
All right, I gotcha. So, so you sneak into a window. As you sneak into the window, you see this is an inn room. It looks like one of the guards' rooms, essentially. Very nondescript. There's some, things. There's some bedding and whatnot that's there. You do see that it looks like he snuck maybe a little bit of extra bread because he's got some bread that's kind of tucked underneath the blankets there. But as you come out through the hallway and kind of walk through, you do see that all the Zentarum are kind of looking out the windows. As you see out the window, there's a large giant ant now digging down into the earth and pulling it up, and you see your party mates kind of working there too. The village people, literally the village people, have all, you can see them kind of running as they see the giant ant, and they're all getting into their houses. So all of them are distracted. You do see the books on the table with nobody around.
All right. I'll get close enough to where I can mage hand it, drop a book in there, my fake book, and take the real book.
Alrighty. So you see your mage hand, it goes over and it slowly kind of covers closes the book and all the pages and whatnot. On the top, you see a large Zentarum symbol that's imprinted in the front of it, which you didn't know was there before. So you take the book, your book is there, but it doesn't really have the symbol. But you put the book over there and you open it up to some pages that has some just general scrawl on it, which you didn't know what was written in it. And you have the book.
All right, I sneak back out.
Alrighty, so you sneak back out. While that's occurring, Stig and Relenia, as well as William and Barry, with the four of you working, you make pretty short work of building sort of a well, especially with Relenia being an ant. And Relenia is able to dig down and actually digs out the well a little bit more, so they're able to get more water. And you guys are able to build pretty much a makeshift. You do see several of the townspeople have come out, mostly men. They do have pitchforks as well as some scythes that they use to cut grass and wheat and whatnot. Kind of come initially menacing, but coming out to say, "What is that thing?"
It's a druid. She's helping rebuild your well.
Oh.
I noticed you were without a well.
And they kind of calm down a little bit, and one of them comes over. He's like, "Thanks. We didn't know what was going on. We were a little worried."
We're with the Lord's Alliance, and we like to take care of people, so we're trying to make sure you can get fresh water.
We appreciate that. I hope you don't take us as being a little put off, but we were promised that we were being helped before, and it doesn't look that's the way now.
So, what are they actually doing here?
They're hunting giants, offering us protection.
But they've taken over your inn?
Well, initially we welcomed you to. We said you can have the inn because they needed a place for a base of operations, and then Oboth came and kind of took over the place, and he keeps pulling in villagers, every 4 or 5 villagers, and interrogating them about the tomb, which is stupid. There's no tomb. It's gone.
What do you know what they're looking for in that tomb?
I don't. Treasure, I guess? I'm not sure. We've never had Zentarum up here before. We were told they were good folk when they came, and they said they were here to protect us. But that being said, we've had no giants, and we have reinforced our western flank. So I guess they've helped us.
Well, you can ask them to leave when you're done with, or when you're ready for them to go.
You don't think the giants are coming back?
Well, who knows? They are all over the place recently.
Yeah, our fire giants are not to be messed with, and they had these guys that walked with them. They were in like flaming armor.
Flaming armor?
Yeah, it was like the weirdest thing. It had like a ball of fire in the center, and like they had like fire that went along the armor. It was really weird, and they had these staffs that like they could have fire on the end of them sometimes. It was strange. I've never seen anything like that.
Does that sound like the one that we saw in Tribor?
It does. Yep.
Did they have fire on the end of the staff when they had 2 hands on it? Did you notice?
Huh. Now that you mention that, that is exactly when it was. When they initially came in, they kind of held the staffs down with both hands at our buildings, but we didn't do anything. And then they had these little guys that would run around, but they didn't touch anything, but they looked like they were on fire, like fire people. Looked like little kids.
Well, they're not little kids, and they explode if you try to kill them.
We just hid. There's no way we can take on giants. We've heard rumors that they eat people regularly, so we hid.
That's the best thing to do.
Yeah.